Voodoo number 4, written by Ron Mars, art by Sami Basri. We left off last issue with a Kyle Rayner crossover, and Kyle just let her go. Meanwhile, a Demonite, who I didn't know was in this series, is also looking for Voodoo and killed all the people in a diner she was visiting. This issue picks up with Voodoo stalking through some ventilation shafts, because of course she is, and it's shown that she's in a government building. There is some monologuing over top belonging to other people, which I'll get to their scenes. Like, I kind of just want to do all the Voodoo stuff first because it just flows better. So she's going through a government building, ventilation shaft, she's looking down. She sees two guards. They're talking about the game that happened last night, how they got smothered. And then Voodoo comes up and covers up both their mouths, knocks them out, and then takes one of their cards and their identities as well. As she's walking down the hallways, another guard that she passes by calls out, "Hey, you!" And Voodoo's like, "What? What can I do for you?" And the guard that she's impersonating owes the other guard $20, and she's like, "Oh, right, yes, I'll get that for you tomorrow. Ha 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 ha." So they use one of the key cards to get into an authorized personnel only room, which just holds this nerd. Like, he's literally the only person here in a suit and tie. He wears glasses. He has a mug that says, "I speak XML." He's just a nerd. And he's apparently doing research on superheroes. And Voodoo comes up in her normal look and is like, "Hi, my name's Priscilla. I'm here because I'm very interested in what you do, Lloyd." And she basically starts hitting on Lloyd, gives him a kiss, which knocks him out because apparently she is secreting toxins through her lips. So she kicks him over to the side and starts reading through all the superhero files that Lloyd has. As she fills up a flash drive, she gets everything she needs. She crashes the system, I guess, and then she lets herself out. And she is met by a group of other guards who, she still looks like Voodoo, so she's like, "Oh, hello." And she has to fight her way through these guards. And she does so, but she sets off an alarm. She sets off a notice that she is there. So, real quick, going back to the beginning of the issue, all this narration that's going on over top of all of these scenes is narration between, I forget the guy's name, Bolton, but he's like the Black Star Major General looking guy. There's somebody who's just in charge in general, Chief Hurley, and then there's Jane Fallon, I believe her name is. Jess Fallon, the agent who we've been following for several issues now. And they're basically just talking, going through, okay, there was a 4-year-old named Priscilla Kitane. She just disappeared off the map. Her mother died in a fire a couple years ago, but this girl just never showed. What are the theories? And they're running through, maybe this girl was abducted when she was 4, and now she's sent back as an alien, drone or whatever, or a sleeper agent, whatever it is. She looks human, she acts human, but she's clearly not human. So they're trying to figure out what's up. They got the crime scene photos back from the Voodoo Lounge. Agent Fallon doesn't need to see it, but the Major General whatever does, and he's like, "Oh, all right, this was definitely a mess made of your partner. Sorry again about your partner." But they talk about how, because she's a shapeshifter, she can be literally anywhere. They did have traces on her in New Orleans, where they accidentally let her get away, and then somebody said that they saw her hitchhiking in Mississippi. So they see her going northeast, but still hundreds of miles away. They could be anywhere. And because she's still using her normal look, they theorize that there are some limits to her shape-shifting, but they're not sure what they are yet. And they're hoping there is, because otherwise there's no way they're going to be able to trace her. So Agent Fallon starts thinking, all right, so me going after her alone, that was a mistake. But too many people, too many bodies, too many confusions, That's not a good thing for someone who's a shapeshifter. It has to be someone who knows what's up. So I think if you want there to be backup, that's fine, but still just let me pursue this on my own. Let me be the only person tracking her, because I know I'm me, and I'll be able to find her. And then the alarm starts going off. We see that the power system is going down, and the backup generators are supposed to kick on, but we see that Priscilla's already taken them out in her full alien look, and immediately Agent Fallon's like, no, wait, this is Voodoo, let's get outside right now. So they go outside, they start looking through all the people who are evacuating. The Major General, whatever his name is like, wait a minute, how does she know what's even in this base? Unless, did she get into your head? Did you let her in your head? Answer me. And as soon as Fallon's about to explain herself, she sees herself over in another crowd, and she's like, that's her. And so they start firing on Voodoo. She turns a corner, makes it into a larger crowd, and manages to get away, disguised as a dog who just runs underneath the fence and makes her way out. And that's the end of that. We get a one-page epilogue here of that same Damonite-looking guy from the last issue. He looks completely human now, but he shows up at the truck stop where we spent last issue, and there's just a kid hanging out there. He's like, hey kid, this garage blew up last night. You see anything interesting here like this? And he pulls up like a huge gun that was just laying there. He's like, oh, it's just a toy, mister. I'm not into that kid stuff. He's like, right, I'm sure you're not. Anyway, is there anything missing from here that you notice? And he's like, well, just the red T-Bird that the guy who owned the garage loved this car. He loved that car. And he's like, cool, red T-Bird, got it. Shoots the kid, walks away, and he's like, thanks, kid. And that's where we leave off, with the Demonite knowing that she's driving a red T-Bird, I guess. I like it. I feel like this finally is the point where it's like, all right, we have a mission for what Voodoo is actually doing, you know? Because these last issues just been her on the run. This issue, she went in of her own volition, and she got information on other superheroes, which ostensibly has been what she's supposed to be doing this whole time. So I am very much happy that we've actually gotten the mission statement on what the hell we're doing with this book. Art-wise, I think it looks great. Maybe that's just me. It's got it's a computerized look. It's definitely done with computer in some regard, but it's got almost like a painterly feel to the colors, and I really like the way it looks. It's very crisp and clean. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 6.5. I think it's very good. I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to go with it now. If it's just going to keep going, like bouncing between like she does something and then she's on the run, and then she does something and then she's on the run, I might get a bit tired of that. But as it stands now, she's doing something, and I like that in a protagonist.